What's up, guys? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D.
This is Lex.
What's up? And special guest here. We finally got him on the show. I think this is the first time we've had both of y'all here.
No,
Usually,
well, no,
yeah,
we. Oh, well, no, yeah,
At
yeah,
the same time.
the first combo,
yeah,
man. The first
exactly.
combo here.
Yeah, dude.
I'm here, guys. Let's get right to it. We got a huge show for you guys. We're talking why Shazam 2 failed at the box office. We're talking Star Wars. We're talking The Mandalorian. We're talking about everything. We're spilling the beans out, the cat's out of the bag, guys. Let's get right to it. Stay tuned. Hope y'all ready for this. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about here. Let's get right to it. Marker. What's going on, Animal City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
And this is Lex back at it again with a discussion.
Let's go. Let's get right to it. We're talking about the cat's out of the bag. The rumors are out. The rumors are swirling. We got a special guest here, Andrew. What's going on, Andrew? What's up, man? How you doing over
What's
there?
up, dude? Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Different time zones here. We are running in different time
Yeah.
zones right now in the tip of Texas right here, guys, in Tejas. But let's get right to it. Yeah, let's get right to it, guys. We are talking about a lot of stuff that's been developing a lot here. And thank you guys for being on the show once again. And without further ado, the way the show's going to go, we're going to go to the comments at the very end, guys. And we're going to talk about one of the major issues that we have going on. The DC world. What is going on? We're going to talk about why Andrew did not like Shazam 2. I don't understand this. Where you'll probably see us argue. You're going to see us yell at each other. Maybe you'll see a fight go on. You never know. But yeah, guys, we got a good show for y'all. And before we get started, though, I do want to express how much of a gratitude we have been with you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to us on the YouTube channel. Our growth has been really, really phenomenal here, and I love it, man. I love it. Thank you guys so much for talking movies with us. Thank y'all so much for really sharing everything with us. And without further ado, I do want to express as well, our contest for Super Mario Brothers is still happening, guys. So if you have not entered, be sure to go to our Alamo City Movie Talk page to win our Fandango codes. We're getting a family 4-pack, and thank you, Universal Studios, for this opportunity to give this passes away. Illumination to give these passes away. We're giving out it's going to be, you can win up to 5, you get up to 5 entries, guys, and you're able to get access, subscribe to us, like us on Facebook, all for our more contests. Because I promise you, there is more coming. I promise you, summer is just around the corner, guys, and we got a lot of movie stuff to announce and a lot of movie giveaways to give away. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right to it, guys. We're gonna start talking about our topics that we have planned out. Let's get right to it. So first and foremost, Andrew, I want to give no spoilers, of course. We're going to talk about no spoilers because Lex hasn't seen the movie yet. Lex has not seen Shazam 2, Fear of the Gods. Do not put spoilers in the comments, guys, okay? Try not to do that. But yeah, let's not ruin it. That Superman comes, Henry Cavill makes an appearance. Let's not ruin that for him. Let's not ruin that for him.
Keanu Reeves shows up as Constantine.
It's Constantine. Yeah, let's not show him the Dark Justice League came out of nowhere and made an appearance. Let's not show him that. But yeah, all right, Andrew, what was your take on? Because I know we're totally different. We got a little bit. Me and you discussed it a little bit. Exactly what like you didn't. I knew you didn't like it. So tell me, I guess, without spoiling it for everybody.
This was not good, man. It was bad writing.
Wow. Okay.
It was bad, but it wasn't. And I had said this to Alexis. It wasn't offensively bad. It wasn't like it. I guess the only way I can describe it was just bad writing. It was something we didn't ask for. It was something that we didn't necessarily need. It didn't push any cinematic boundaries or it didn't lead to anything in the context of a bigger universe. So I just don't think it was warranted. I don't think. I personally wasn't necessarily excited. I like David S. Sandberg as a director, and I went to support him because I like him as a director. But other than that, I don't necessarily think it was good writing. I think a lot of things just happen. Again, with no spoilers attached, things just happen for the movie because it's convenient. The characters, whenever you make a movie, you want the character to drive the story, and so, there was a lot of Deus ex machinas in the film. There was hardly any. Just things happened because they happened, and I don't think that's good.
Yeah.
Again, no spoilers, but they needed a specific thing to happen, and one of the Shazam family was like, "Oh, you didn't know about this?" And then they just open a random door with all this information, and the guy just so happened to know with no other context whatsoever, and it was just bad writing.
Yeah. I would say to that is this is a movie because before we get into that huge argument, the bad writing situation, I kind of felt like the marketing was so poorly done. That I'm being over exaggerating. It was excuse my language. It was shit. The marketing was shit. I mean, they didn't really. It's like Warner Brothers didn't even have faith in their own movie. Almost to like we're going back before James Gunn took over and everything. Obviously, this movie was already made after the fact James Gunn came in. So regardless of that, and it's funny, Andrew. You talk like a freaking director, dude. You're just like you're so good at that. But like it's coming down to like, it sounds like you're doing like a special features the director's commentary or something. Yeah, dude.
I'm just letting you know, when I sat there in the theater again.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Again, I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended. It wasn't like a Thor: Love and Thunder where I felt like my intelligence was being questioned. And
I felt like my brain cells were dropping.
I definitely didn't do any of these, but for sure, I remember. Again, I went with a buddy of mine, and when we walked out of the theater, he literally went, "Well, that was rough." And,
really?
And it was. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the problem, at least for me, is that it was just Shazam was just such a great surprise, and it was a fun time, and it's a classic Christmas movie in my opinion. I watch it every December.
Oh wow!
But I don't necessarily think. I think this unfortunately happened to have the sequelitis where they didn't really know where these characters were going. And maybe I had read a comment on Twitter saying that they shouldn't have done the Shazam family because it complicated a lot of things and it complicated the characters. And
I just think That was something very different. That was something very different than we've seen. I think they did it way too early. That was my one biggest concern of the first one. I felt like they were leading up to it. I didn't expect it the first movie, though. I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect it at all. And if we would have gotten the second one, I felt like it would have made more sense because I think that would have been the big reveal, at least the climax where like, I can't do it all by myself. I need more help. There's no Superman here in this world that I'm at, or I mean there is, but like he's not present at that time, because they did acknowledge even in this, in the last movie too, they acknowledge, Batman's around, Superman's around, and they said that in the trailer, but besides all that, I have to just agree with you, man. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. There was such an emotional grasp of Billy Batson in the climax of this movie that I agree with that. I agree with that. There was a deep emotional,
without spoilers, I think they should have committed to that decision.
Yeah,
I think they again. My only issue was that something that I had appreciated, at least for this instead of Marvel, for example, is the levity of the situation, right?
Yeah.
So you take account to, like, let's say something like Marvel, for example, where in recent time in their films, the levity is it's just not there because they're always cracking jokes as soon as something happens, right?
Yeah.
There's no weight to any of these to anything, so there's no consequence. And I think the thing about what I appreciated about Shazam 2 was, when shit went down, they committed to it. Without spoilers, there are a couple deaths where, with random characters that you don't really care about, but when they happen, you're thinking, oh shit, like people are actually dying. And it was kind of, you can see David S. Sandberg's horror kind of slip in, his kind of horror elements that I appreciated. But again, I think the lazy writing was really bad. I think the characters were fine, but again, the way they get the staff was like, look over there, haha, I got it. That's not.
I mean, but okay. Here's the thing.
Like,
here's the thing I've learned to accept from the last one, because that's what the last one gave out. Regardless, I mean, I know you enjoyed. I enjoyed it, but I mean, that's kind of what the first one was a little bit like, where it kind of fed off like that silliness, like, oh, I didn't know, because let's be honest here, Billy Bats, he's not even a freaking adult. The difference between, that's what everyone argues.
I mean,
you're like,
now, though, he's
they're comparing it,
turning 18 though in this film.
Yeah, I mean, technically, so, but he hasn't even graduated high school. Yeah, but he hasn't even graduated high school yet. I mean, come on, okay.
Yeah, but there is like some bit of like intelligence with the teenager,
Yeah, I get that too.
But to say like a 17-year-old almost on 18 is a complete like fucking idiot is not justifiable.
No, I know what you're saying, but it's like you have to I guess we have to understand like what world is he at right now, because he's so naive. He really is. He's a naive. Billy Batson is very naive. At times he's just he doesn't know. He doesn't want to say. He's a little bit ignorant, where he relies more on his family. In this case, relies more on family to do the work for him in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I think my problem with this film is that it's made in 2023 and it feels like it was made in the 2000s. And I think the issue is that we've had such a huge market for superhero films, and it's very hard for us to, again, it feels like a 2000s movie where there's just a bunch of CGI monsters at the end. There's that weird climax where they just, the shifting characters. Let's not even talk about the sisters and how, that happened.
Which I loved. I love the sisters, by the way. I don't care what you say. I love Lucy Liu, Helen Mirren. I mean, dude.
Lucy Liu's like a fine wine, man.
Dude, she was bad.
I'm not going to complain, dude.
Yeah, she was awesome. I mean, come on.
All I'm saying is that, dude, no, yeah, she was, again, I didn't necessarily hate the villains, and I actually like that the villains were original. I wish, weirdly enough, that's something that I wish actually becomes more of a trend for individual directors to create their own villains separate from comic books. That way it creates a sense of freshness to the film. I like that. But again, the sloppiness of the plot doesn't justify the overall, like, I understand that you like there is a family story. I understand that, but the way we get there and the way it's done,
it's done poorly. Yeah.
And it's done poorly. And like I said, we've had years and years and years of quote unquote comic book or superhero movies where we've learned from the past. We learn what is actually good. And so audiences, and I think kind of tangenting or as a leeway to the next conversation is why it bombed. It's because audiences they're not dumb. They want more. We've experienced this. This is no longer new. This is not a new genre. This is almost several decades old, and so you have to, appreciate the intelligence of the audience and expect them to want more than just basic storytelling. It's not enough anymore, especially with the current market in filmmaking. You can't just right now. We're living in a world where they call them event movies, where it has to feel like an event to some degree. And I think Shazam is fine. But I don't necessarily think it was good either. I think it was like a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man, because that
is clear,
dude. I mean, that kind of specifies like, okay, I enjoyed Billy Batson's journey along this movie, though. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed his journey. Hold on. And then I enjoy. Okay, what's up?
Okay, so you say I enjoyed Billy Batson's thing, but we don't even follow Billy Batson. So going back to the family thing, the family dynamic thing, the reason why Shazam 1 worked is because we had an isolated character that we cared about. Yeah. And then now you have a cast of characters that we do care about, to be fair. But now you have to, it's a balancing act. And we know with Billy's isolation and Billy's like feelings and stuff,
he got more screen time.
Again, I thought it was interesting how in the first one we get to see a character who was kind of a dick, Billy Batson, and then become Shazam and kind of be comfortable in his own skin, as opposed to now he's very much, you know what I mean? And not to mention, like, I know it doesn't feel Marvel-esque in terms of the comedy because it's a comedy first before, and I feel like with Marvel movies it's trying to be a comedy when it shouldn't. But even jokes aside, again, because they have those moments of levity where you think, oh shit, things are happening. I think sometimes, I think Zachary Levi, correct?
Yeah, Zachary Levi.
I think he needs to tone it down, because he doesn't come off as charming. He comes off as annoying. And I think in the first one, it came off as very charming with his character. But every scene he's in, he's like, "Whoa, look at me!" It's like, okay.
But I mean, you gotta remember though, like he's always been that kid. I know, but it's always been that kid. I know, but it's always been that kid mentality, that kid. I mean, because the first one, he was like big. I mean, the first one was you can't deny it. It was kid. I mean, I'm not saying it was kid humor, but it was that kid friendliness to where like,
because he was. I mean,
come on, yeah. I get it, but yeah, it's definitely
Performances were good. Were good. The writing was really
Rachel Zegler was really good. I loved her in it. I mean, she's the girl from West Side, the youngest one from West. She's from West Side Story.
She's gonna be Snow White.
Yeah, she's gonna be Snow White. The beautiful Rachel Zegler.
The young sister?
The one that had the most.
She was cool. Let's not get into the deal with that.
No, I know. Yeah.
I've had the whole movie spoiled already. Like, oh yeah, everyone dies. And have a stick or some shit.
But in regards to all this, let's get right to it. Before I have to disagree with you, Andrew. I have to disagree with you so much. So much. I just
Andrew or the other way around.
No. I want to win you over, dude. I want to win you over, bro. We'll talk about it.
It was just a bad movie, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. I'll take.
I wasn't offended. That's good.
But the good thing is, you did like the first one. You did like the first one. And the second was just not okay. But do you see him making another one after this?
I mean, again, I like the director. I like like this. I like the characters.
Yeah. Well, the director already said he's not going to do a comic book movie for a long time. He already came out and said that.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the fans. That's what I'm saying. We don't over exaggerate. We don't go crazy. We don't start getting mad at people.
If you think about it too, like, a movie lasts like 3 months in the theater, but that was like years of work for the director. And in this case, this movie got delayed like 3 times.
Yeah.
So I think this movie wrapped production in 2020, I think. Someone can correct me. Maybe 2021.
Wild.
But if you think about it, like, he's been dealing with all this shit. So I think he quoted in that article, like, he's been working on Shazam only for like 7 years already. If you think about it, he's like, he's a horror director at heart. So it was really cool how he was able to make such a good, family style movie in the first Shazam. But I get, like, as an artist, you kind of get stuck in this world where if there's not a lot of reward or fulfillment from the audience reaction, from like the drama and things like
fans,
that, it's like
so principal photography. Principal photography was August 31st, 2021.
Yeah.
So that's like 2 years.
Yeah. It's 2 years of just lingering, and they knew, and it was supposed to come out. I think it was delayed 3 times. You already said, Lex? I think it was 3 times. Yeah, that's just crazy. But anyway, let's move on to the whole drama behind this, guys, because Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So let's put this in perspective. It's about power. Is it about power? Does he even have power? Let's find out.
Let's
find out. Let's talk about this. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the whole drama behind this. Of course, Zachary Levi went into Instagram saying this, and a report from the Wrap, confirms that the post-credit scene, the very first post-credit scene where The Rock denied access from David F. Sandberg, denied him from putting a JLA member, a few members actually. I think it was going to be Cyclops.
JSA.
Yeah. Oh, JSA. I'm sorry, JSA. Yeah.
And the tornado.
Yeah, tornado. Yeah. And so it kind of was like, what? Like it was just wrapping up, or this rumor was going around, and The Rock or Zachary Levi came out and said, and the truth will set you free. That's all. I mean, dude, look, you even put this. I kind of feel like this is petty. This is petty AF. Isn't this petty? I mean, what do you guys do? What do you guys think? Am I crazy, or what do you, is this petty?
I'm torn. So I'm a fan of The Rock. I'm a fan of most of Zachary Levi's work.
I think all 3 of us are huge fans of The Rock.
We're huge fans, and The Rock. Yeah,
I'm more of a fan of The Rock than Zachary Levi, but I'm
100%.
I follow both of them in social media, whatnot. I think when you're the lead actor of a project, and this applies to both men right here. When you're a lead actor of a project, you're deeply proud in the work that you put in, and you want to promote it and advertise it, and to have some ownership around the success. And one of the things is like around the failure of it. Like, I think both of these men have showcased like not owning up to the failure, because at the heart of hearts they think that they made a good movie, and they're both entitled to that. But we saw when Black Adam didn't make it did become the highest opener of The Rock's career, which is to say a lot, but to the standards of what we expect out of a superhero movie, like it didn't hit the mark. And then The Rock was saying like, oh, the numbers that are being shared are not right, therefore putting blame or kind of deflecting, right? Like deflecting away from the blame of like the media heavily saying like, oh, it was a miss, right? And now we have Zachary Levi, I think, doing something similar in there's reasons why our movie's not a hit. And part of it is because of the post-credit scene blockage from The Rock. And it's like, let's I'll be honest here. I'll be honest, as much
as you know, I'm not gonna say it's a great movie. It's not, right? I already accept that already. But adding that end credit scene would not save the movie. I'll just let you know
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying.
That's not gonna.
Yeah,
That's not even
that's
part of the technically not even part of the movie in a way. If you want to be technical here, because the end credits show that's it. It's over, right? I mean, but besides all that, it wouldn't make it a great or like it wouldn't up the score towards a review
Well,
or anybody. I would think, I mean,
and
it's cool
I
to see
agree
that.
with
Yeah,
you for sure. I agree with you. And like, granted, like if you're a comic book fan and you've been following any sort of news, like
yeah,
James Gunn took over, right? Like,
yeah,
so like, okay, Black Adam is not really leading anywhere. Like we found
yeah.
out the week the movie came out, we found out like, oh no, I'm sorry, maybe like a week after or 2 weeks after, but it's like, oh yeah, Henry Cavill, we're gonna cast a new Superman, right? Like we found that out 2 weeks after Black Adam came out, so we already know that the things that took place in Black Adam,
Well,
it's not leading
irrelevant.
anywhere.
and
So why
then
would that
yeah.
after credit scene do anything for
Well,
you?
there's also that rumor that The Rock had so much leeway, like he wanted to restart the DCU with him. He said it in interviews
It wasn't
with
a rumor.
him.
He straight
Yeah,
out said it.
yeah, with him and Superman. He wanted to restart it, and this was before he even said it because other reporters, they're like reporting. There was rumors that The Rock was saying, "I'm not going to do Black Adam." Well, this was like 13 years in the making. He was announced as Black Adam on Twitter. It was a long time ago. And the fact of the matter is that Lex, you mentioned a really good point here on the box office. Let's talk about numbers here. All right, let's talk about numbers here. We're gonna talk about how it bombed. Okay, Shazam 1 opened with 53 million opening weekend domestic. 53 million. 53 million, dude, opening domestic. That no one knew. Nobody knew who the superhero was. Nobody knew anything. I have to like spit out the facts here. Nobody really knew anything about this superhero. Nobody did, unless you're a true DC fan or like even Marvel fans are like, who the hell is Shazam? And I thought it was Captain Marvel, or I thought it was whatever. But the point is, it made 53 million. Now, let's talk about recent numbers because this is before COVID and all that. Let's talk about post COVID. All right, 67 million. Granted, this wasn't a hit. Let's be honest. We're comparing this to Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods. This movie was not a hit. This movie made $67 million. 67 million. The reason why this proves that The Rock brings in people, but not enough. It wasn't enough. This movie was such a cringe on the script. I was cringed on a lot of. As much as I'm wearing a Black Adam shirt, as much as I enjoyed this movie, I enjoyed more of the side heroes. I freaking almost teared up watching Dr. Fate, but regardless. All right.
And I think one thing real quick, sorry to
dude,
interrupt,
spoilers, dude.
I is that oh yeah, I don't think Andrew has seen Black Adam. But anyways, one of the things that's important to cover here is that also the like basically the net value of this, because Shazam opening at 54 with a budget, if I'm not mistaken, of like 30 something, maybe 40. I forget exactly. That just means that it's at opening it made profit because it was a very cheap movie to make versus something like Black Adam, which I'm not too sure what the budget was, but I think the budget is in the north of 100 million. I can double check.
But
so it's a loss immediately at the opening. I think it made more after that, but
and Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods, its budget ranges from 100 to 125 million dollars, dude. This is crazy. Knowing how much
I was wrong, I guess. Okay, yeah, so 100 for Shazam, and then the Rock was 210.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why would you approve? Why would you, Warner Brothers? Look how stupid you were. Why would you approve a first movie of an antagonist, not even a hero, a villain turned hero Why would you do that?
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have
dude.
thrown $210
No,
million
not
at The
that
Rock
much.
anyways.
Not that much. Andrew,
Rock.
would you do that? No, I would not. Okay.
Take a look at his other projects. How much was the budget of San Andreas? Let me see.
Oh my god. Okay, but that's okay. San Andreas though, it's like the exception. Movies like that are like the exception of it.
Well, that
And
was
they are
10, I guess.
and they are making a San Andreas too, by the way. But yeah, it's just it makes money to us. You know, it makes money where it goes. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. But anyway, okay. So let's go back on point. So $67 million. All right, guys, stay with me. 67 million. 2022 recent movie that came out last year. Let's talk about another small but big movie. It's a fantastic film, by the way. Best film of the year of DC. The Batman, ladies and gentlemen, the Batman, a restart of a character that everyone's like, Twilight boy, I ain't watching that. I ain't watching that Twilight boy. Oh, Batman. A lot of people. I saw so many people.
Yeah, I know who you are. I'm really
so many people. I saw so many people out there saying, I'm not gonna watch. It's Twilight boy. I ain't gonna watch that. Everyone knows it from Twilight. But I'm just like, give it a chance. Give it a chance. That's all I'm saying. Give it a chance. And it surprised me. It surprised everybody. I feel like it surprised most viewers out there. But opening weekend domestic was $134 million, dude. After COVID, this is or during whatever. Like it's the point is this was after after early pandemic.
Kinda. We're technically still in it.
Okay, but here's the fact of the matter is $134 million. Shazam 2, what's coming off of a sequel, made. Didn't make that much at all. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Let's do
it. Batman, dude.
True.
Batman.
Okay, well, let's do another one. Let's talk about another one. I'm glad you said that. Let's talk about another one. Venom, which I did not like.
I was upset with this movie.
This is okay. As much as everyone that loves the Venom movies, and I'm sorry, I'm screaming because I do not like the Venom movies. I do not.
I enjoyed the first one.
No, okay. I did not like.
I feel like they should go for an Oscar.
They did it. We did a trailer reaction and I couldn't exaggerate. I rewatched it and I was just like, oh my God, I was so excited. It was crap. I'm sorry. Whether you liked it, that's awesome. You enjoyed it. That's fine. I'm happy that you enjoyed it because that end credit scene was just ridiculous. As much as
Carnage
dude,
was so easy, simple, straightforward to do. And they fucked it up.
Yeah, they did. With Woody, with an A-list actor, like how can you do that? With the A-list actor like Woody Harrelson, who's in True Detective, who's in so many nonstop movies with, it's just like, how can they really F up on that? But anyways, so $90 million. All right, now let's do another one. Let's do another one, guys. This one hurts me so bad. I just want to let y'all know, moviegoers, this one hurts me so bad.
This is the Paw Patrol movie.
Yeah, this is going to hurt bad. This is going to hurt bad, guys, but I don't even want to click on it, but okay. Remember if Disney Plus was releasing the movies on the same day and it was like an access fee, right? Or $20 or $30.
Premium,
I can't remember. Yeah, premium. Yeah. Well, HBO was same day, right? Same day release date and all that stuff.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So anyways, Black Widow, 80 in the pandemic. $80 million domestic. Restarting her character after she died. Restart.
Whoa, spoilers, dude.
After I haven't seen that movie.
Oh my God. Get out of here. A restart of a character. That's what I don't understand. Like, what the hell? $80 million.
Granted, they put marketing on this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and Scarlett Johansson has.
Yes, okay, I'll give you that. But the Florence Pugh in here, of course, and it was a good cast. It was a good solid cast. Now, but here's the deal: is that this was released same day on Disney Plus to people just buy and watch it at home, and they still made that much money. And it still beat Shazam. Triple, bro. Triple. And this movie, whether you like it or not, this movie to me I did not like this movie. I didn't like it as I expected. It was solid. I wouldn't even say it was good. It's not a terrible movie. I just didn't like the villain.
These numbers are the opening weekend? Opening domestic.
Yeah.
I want to throw one in there. I kind of said it and I was joking.
Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol movie.
Oh man.
Grossed Wait, no, this is. I think this is total though. So maybe it doesn't count that much. But it grossed 144 million
Mhm.
in worldwide. I
Well, there you
think
go.
that's the next universe we should like get cooking.
Just really hyper focused content on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. That's really
Dude,
brutal.
this hurts, man. It really does. And I know for a fact. I didn't write down the number because I totally forgot. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I did not like that movie at all. This proves terrible movies can make a lot of money. That proves this. I didn't
Well,
like.
I mean, but it's Marvel, dude. It's like the most,
Yeah.
literally the biggest studio, like the highest grossing studio ever, Marvel. So
Yeah.
I think there's a pass for that. I think,
I mean, Warner Bros. is a
again,
major
people are
studio
getting
too.
smarter.
I mean,
Marvel is separate though from Disney. They have their own studio as opposed to DC.
well
Now officially, yeah, but
Yeah.
back then they had to pull resources from WB. I just think the reason why Bond in particularly is, like I said, audiences are getting smarter. You look at Ant-Man and how bad it did, and it's because people, they don't want crap anymore. And
yeah, but I kind of feel like
up.
yeah, but I just kind of feel like though that the marketing, because it wasn't marketed towards families, but in a weird way, I kind of feel like this was more of a family movie than if anything. I kind of feel like this is more about this is about family. This is about family, guys.
So is Fast and the Furious.
Well,
one thing I want to mention, I do agree. Like I think marketing played a big role here, because when looking, this is my opinion. I'm not like a financial analyst or anything, but just if we put two and two together, right? Like usually a lot of the problem that DC has is that they can have a strong opening and then
Yeah.
it falls off. Like, so people,
Yeah.
the word of mouth doesn't bring in new business after that opening. But I think
Yeah.
the marketing is what gets that opening seat like filled, right?
Yeah.
So I think when we're looking at this poor opener, and then there's no follow-up, right? Like there's still a drop-off, and it's because some people think that the movie's not as good as it should have been, but also just like if not a lot of people showed up to the opener, not a lot of people are going to talk about it afterwards. So I think I even told Ryan, I have been busy this past month. There was a lot of work-related stuff, travel, etc. Like I told Ryan, like, the fact that Shazam is coming out, this was a couple weeks ago, the fact that Shazam was going to come out the week after, and I did not know, is like a problem, because I'm like on social media, I'm like on all these like things, even though I was busy, I don't tune into live TV, but I should have known if that, like when Black Adam was arriving, like I knew that show was going to open. It's
it's crazy because when I think about as well is that the release date, wasn't it spring break? Like, why didn't it release spring break week?
This one?
Yeah, why didn't it release spring break week?
It would have not beat John Wick, man.
No, John Wick comes out this week. Why didn't it come out? Why didn't
this is spring break week, or when is spring break?
No, I think it was like oh no, you know what? I think it did get released. Wait, when did it get released? On the 16th?
I wouldn't have beat Scream 6, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just kidding. I don't know how this works. I'm just giving you shit, but I don't know how there's like the scheduling happens like long in advance. But I honestly,
I do agree with Alexis. I think it's funny that you had
it was
mentioned,
spring break week. Yeah.
I do think marketing had a huge deal with it. I would want to say marketing was maybe like 60% or 70% of reason why it did really bad. I think a small percentage too is DC biased. I've been saying this for a while. People are generally more critical to DC as opposed to Marvel.
No, yeah.
Andrew,
you mentioned
in the world.
Sorry. Oh, it's crap. But anyways, and I'm a huge Paul Rudd fan. I love the first Ant-Man, so I want to put that into context. But anyways, Andrew, you said it doesn't matter. It's funny you mentioned that because a lot of people were saying that on I noticed that a lot of people were saying like, well, this movie doesn't matter because Papa James Gunn was like, this, it's like, dude, I mean, it doesn't.
He's so beautiful. Papa's so beautiful.
The CEO of DC Studios, I kind of agree, man. I'm gonna have to agree on that because it's like, dude, like it doesn't really matter because James Gunn already said like he's restarting it, kinda. But I don't know. It just kind of gives me like I think he's gonna pick and choose who to still have.
I mean, I'm personally still a little confused, especially with the whole Wonder Woman thing.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that on another. Yeah, I do want to talk about that, but because we gotta get into Star Wars later this conversation. But so regardless though, like I kind of feel like James, I kind of agree though. It was like, does this movie even matter? The marketing was terrible, but not only that, but Zachary Levi says that too. Levi, for his part, has been a vocal defender of the film. Wrote the actor on Twitter on one day. I think the biggest issue we're having is marketing. This is a perfect family film, and yeah, a lot of families aren't aware of that, which is just a shame. When I was in the theater watching this movie, again, it was an opening weekend. I didn't watch the opening weekend. Watch it the following weekend, and I was surprised though that there wasn't that many families. Like I kind of like, what the heck? It was more, empty. Yeah. Like, oh, yours was empty. Oh, okay, dang, and it's an yay. I wouldn't think. Where'd you see it?
At the
draft house? Watching Scream, dude. Watch Scream 6.
I know everyone saw our Alamo City movie talk review.
Andrew.
Yeah.
What, Scream? I saw it already.
6?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you didn't say what you think. Oh, we'll text me later then.
It's pretty solid.
Oh, I'm saying Jenna Ortega. That's all I'm saying. Goddess.
I definitely think. Yeah, so I definitely think with also that it just complicates things.
Because people are confused. Like you already said, no one really knows the full context of the story.
With no spoilers, with the second after credit scene, I literally looked at Wesley and I was like, I don't care for this. It was funny.
Yeah.
And I
thought it was. I was laughing.
Showed
yeah.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was laughing too, but
that's all it is. It's just a laugh. It's like, well, that's what I've been saying. Like, if you think about it, like, even for the time where DC was connected,
yeah,
like they never treated it as such.
They're not committing.
Yeah.
Like it was just. It's been a mess. That's why y'all know me. We've talked about it here. Ever since the James Gunn kind of soft reboot, since we're keeping some people, I know it's a little weird.
Yeah,
I've been okay with it. The more we deal with this drama, honestly, like it even puts me in the side of like, you know what? Maybe I'm no. I still care. I'm looking forward to what they have planned. I want to see it. I want to see it before I judge it. But with all this drama happening, like it's even putting me to the side of like, should they have just done like a full-on hard reboot? Like, I was in the camp where I was like, oh, I'm okay if it's like 50-50 or we don't know. But now I'm like, fuck, just to kind of like
exhausting.
Put this shit away. Like, should we just do a hard reboot? I don't know.
All I'm saying is that, if I were to see in a James Gunn movie, if I were to see John Constantine, because Keanu Reeves did say I'm down to play the role again. If he comes, if John Constantine connects to James Gunn era, because he's known to do that type of dark humor and that dark style, I'm on board 100% into this. Knowing that James Gunn is making a Superman movie, it just kind of it's definitely a direction to where I'm excited for. Moviegoers are kind of mixed on this issue because it's like, I thought, what about Gal Gadot? What about Jason Momoa? What about Aquaman? Aquaman 2 comes out this year. Blue Beetle comes out this year. I'm excited for our lineup this year. We got Blue Beetle. Mm-hmm. We got Aquaman. We got the
Blue Beetle comes out this year.
Yeah. Comes out later this year. And then we got the shitty Ezra Miller guy, piece of crap guy. Whether playing in the Flash now. Tom Cruise did say the Flash is phenomenal. Tom Cruise says it's fantastic. Then
Tom Cruise is the savior of Hollywood, man. So,
I think he's the savior of nostalgia. He really it's just like, Top Gun. How many? Come on,
I'm just saying, dude. He looks the same. Maybe there's something to that Scientology, man.
He's cloned.
Look into it.
Maybe
hyper focused content on Scientology, dude. Let's.
Yeah, the Flash is the one thing that I'm like. I'm just hoping they answer some fucking questions because, like, okay, what are we doing? Like,
yeah, I think they are, because a lot of people
Yeah.
were like, why didn't they cancel it with the Batgirl one?
yeah,
But
I'm
okay,
I'm hoping that the reason they haven't canceled the Flash is indeed because it's truly, like, no bullshit, that it's truly that fucking good of a movie. Like,
yeah,
I'm hoping that that's the case. And even then, like, I'm still kind of reluctant of, like, okay, the Flash is amazing, so what now? Like,
yeah.
is this Flash moving forward? That's kind of iffy on the personal side because of Ezra, but uh, you know, at this point, all I want is a good DC movie. So, like,
Yeah, exactly.
I
And at
totally
the end
agree.
of the day, the end of the day, I want a great DC. I don't want just a good. I want a effing great movie where
I'll settle
we
for
could
good,
shove
dog. I
it.
don't
I
care.
could shove it in everyone's face. I want to
I'll ask
shove it
for
in Marvel face. I know
I'll
who
ask
to
for
shove it
good
to.
before
No,
great, dog.
I
Like,
want a
I'm
great,
just
and
Dude, I know.
I'll be honest.
Superman.
No,
Make that
okay,
great.
no.
I just wanna walk out of the theater and be like, that was
Dude,
cool.
I just want to say I had the most fantastic. I mean, the great movie I would say right now that I can think into my head is probably the Batman. But it's like, I want a
No, the
great.
Suicide Squad was really great. I loved the
I
Suicide Squad.
love the
And
I
Suicide
think
see,
that was a
Squad.
great
there's
movie.
yeah, no, and okay, I was talking so much crap, and I'll be honest here, I was just very skeptical. We're like, why are you making a show about Peacemaker? Why are you making a show about
Peacemaker
peace?
was great,
Why
yeah.
the hell are you making a show about peace? James Gunn, what the
Same.
hell are you doing? What are you doing? When the opening credits showed up, I was like, holy shit. I think I just watched the most fantastic thing on television. I mean, call me crazy. Call me crazy, because I said this is the best DC thing that's ever been on TV, man, on movie quality. Because everyone's like, no, Smallville is no. I mean, it's. I love the raunchy humor, John Cena. I mean, just yeah, Peacemaker. He hits it. You know, he just takes a risk and he really hits it. But yeah, anyways, so let's get right to it, guys. All right, we are done with DC for now. We're gonna jump over to Star Wars right now. Let's talk about it. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about real quick, so we're gonna skim through it, guys. Thank you so much for watching us on the chat. We saw a few chat. We will address them very soon, guys. All right, so stay with us. All right, so we're talking about Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars. Now, Star Wars Celebration. You know, everyone here, Lex, Andrew, myself, we love Star Wars. Let's put that into context. We love Star Wars.
Adore it.
Yeah,
Fucking adore Star Wars.
Yeah, I think we should all get a Star Wars tattoo. I think we all
I
should.
already
I'm
have
down.
a Star Wars tattoo.
No, but I know that, but we should share the same Star Wars tattoo. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but we should put it somewhere. Do what? Where's your Star Wars tattoo?
Tattoos, dude? It's right here, dude. Arabish.
Damn. Nice. Okay,
Unlimited
well,
power. Except they
it's about
use
power?
backwards, but no one's gonna know.
Oh. No. All right, but all right, guys, let's get to it. Let's talk about the recent episode of The Mandalorian, and we'll talk about how the season has been going real quick. We'll skim through it. Andrew, are you liking this whole season 3 of The Mandalorian so far? We're halfway through.
Oh shit, really? Jesus. Yeah,
Wait.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh shit. So this one's only 8, right?
No, yeah, there's only 8. Yeah, Lex,
Wow.
are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's I was very surprised on this last episode how it was the shortest episode by like a bunch. So we'll see.
Well, let's talk about that. So let's talk about the way the episode links. We're gonna mention it a little bit. We have to is the last. So chapter 3. Well, not chapter 3. I'm sorry. So episode 3 of this season was, of course, we know it was from the scientist guy.
Mm-hmm.
According to the Screen Rant, it was actually the lowest ever for the show's ratings as far as viewership within 24 hours. It's the lowest it's ever been in the Mandalorian series. Is that good or bad? Would you say that the whole the Mandalorian-ish of the nostalgia of everything, it's coming down a little bit? Or would you say like it was just a slow episode, they'll come back up? Or what is y'all's take on this? Andrew, go ahead and start with us first.
Yeah, so I think The Mandalorian started off as a Star Wars show just to entertain, and it kind of evolved into solving the problem of the sequel trilogy, similar to how Clone Wars did to the prequels. And so now you're put in a position where you need to build a universe, and so because of that, you need to sacrifice you have to sacrifice your lead character, your titular character, for said universe building. And so that particular episode, personally, I didn't care for. I understand the appeal to the political aspect of the galaxy far, far away. That's why I watch Andor. And so
we'll talk about that. Yeah.
So in this particular, again, I don't mind the political stuff. I know people don't like it, but I love it, and that's why I like Andor so much. And so, with that being said, I think you're sacrificing more character development and placement to kind of universe building, because they are going to have a quote unquote Avengers team up apparently, where Mandalorian's going to be with Ahsoka and yada yada yada, and they're kind of building to maybe Admiral Thrawn to be the big bad, similar to what Thanos was. And yeah, I definitely think that's a sacrifice that they have to make in order for you to, because it was a bit of a boring episode, if I'm being honest. Again, I love that. Shit,
this is everything besides all the plots, because it was very minimum to the politics and everything. It was kind of like to where I think the politics were like towards it was just lingering in the beginning, and then it kind of drifted away. It kind of was connecting to Rise of Skywalker, which is the movie I absolutely hated. I think this was my most hated episode because of the fact that I just don't like the how poorly and how just crap of a job they did with Palpatine. They brought him back because that was the easiest. That was just a poor, easy decision. Let's just bring him back. Let's clone him back. And even though,
dude, I love Palpatine, and I was pissed off.
Dude,
that's my favorite Star Wars.
It gets me pissed off to where even the director J.J. Abrams comes out and says like, "Oh yeah, it was never our plan from the get go," and so like, but it's definitely one of those things to where I just did not like this episode because of that, because it was refreshing us like, oh hey, remember what happened in Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, that happened. Oh, this is how we're gonna linger on, and maybe this character will develop, and I think this character is gonna have more significant in the end of this season. But at the same time, though, it was just like a shift. I kind of feel like they poorly did it. It wasn't like hinted. It wasn't built up to it. It was just kind of like,
I think
here's this episode.
Previous seasons.
I
think it was built up into previous seasons.
Well, it was just we only saw them the one time though.
You mean like in the episode? I think he means like in the episodic nature. We weren't expecting a whole episode dedicated to that story.
To the scientists.
I'll say one thing. I personally defer, like in the sense that I enjoyed this episode for what it was. Like
Andor, dude.
I know. I still need to finish that.
Andor,
but at first it took me a while to be like, oh, interesting. I guess this episode is about them and stuff like that. But I was following, and like me and my wife Eileen, we were like watching it, and we were like, oh yeah, no, something's up. So like we were engaged with it. Now I think the challenge is, and that's just me. That's fine. Yeah. That's just me. I was okay with the bit of freshness. I think there's two things. Some people, especially Star Wars fans, a little bit more pickier, where they're like, nah, fuck that shit. I want to see The Mandalorian. That's the name of the title, right? I totally get that. I think a happy balance here is, okay, give the doctor and the whole plot here a little bit of story, but don't make it the longest episode of the series so far.
True.
Right? You made it the longest episode, and that just shows the dedication of like, well, like, you make other episodes about Mandalorian like super short, and like it's like.
So that's a good point. So my argument, or I guess my counter argument, or agreeing with you in that instance would be, if this leads directly to the Mandalorian in the character arc, then I'm totally fine with following.
Yeah.
Right. Like kind of like how Better Call Saul has those little tangents, but then it kind of wraps up in the middle.
Yeah.
Leads into it.
I'm open to fine.
That. Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay. So like, in the past seasons, right? In the last two seasons, really, and Book of Mando, we kind of knew the quests that he followed. Can anyone tell me right now? And I kind of feel like this is kind of put into light because someone mentioned it on a YouTuber that I follow, John Campia. He mentioned it, and I follow him religiously, and so he kind of put into light, and I didn't think about it. Was like, where is this quest in the past seasons? He's always like, I gotta take Grogu, gotta protect Grogu, gotta take Grogu to a Jedi, just gotta take him to where there's other Force people like him and all this stuff. And this is the first season that we've gotten where like he doesn't really have a main quest. I mean, a lot of the stuff that annoyed me a little bit was like all of a sudden, because it's been what 2-3 years since the season 1 that happened, the climax. All of a sudden, I need IG. I need him. Oh my god, I need him. I need him back. I need him. I only trust that droid to go to Mandalore. And then out of nowhere, when he goes to Tatooine, he gets an R unit. He's like, "Oh, okay, no, I can't trust it, but I'm gonna have to deal with it anyways." So I kind of felt like that was like, I don't know, just poorly done in a way.
So something that I was telling my brother, because I watched the episode beforehand and then we watched it together.
Yeah.
And so when in episode whatever, the 4th one, the little monster captures Parvizsla or whatever, his son or whatever. When I first watched it, I was like, that was weird. That was a little weird. Kind of plot driven, but a little weird. And then I watched it with my brother, and then he said it out loud. Well, that was weird. That was a little weird. And so I wasn't necessarily alone, but it kind of made me realize, this is almost, the Mandalorian, and I know it's Star Wars, but I think people are taking the Mandalorian a little too serious. I think they're not having fun with it.
So here's Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So like you look at like campy shows like Batman and Robin and the Green Hornet and just old TV series is how they were designed, and I feel like that's my approach with Mandalorian, where it's like these, it's just fun. It's a character going through an adventure, and so I know we want more, but I think Mandalorian isn't necessarily that. Again, if you want that, go watch.
Okay, I think and the good thing you mentioned that, because I was like, I think I become so damn spoiled to where Andor is just like Game of Thrones for freaking Star Wars, and I think we become spoiled because, and also I really do think because Obi-Wan, whether you like Obi-Wan or not, whether you enjoy, I enjoyed the first episode, and that was it. Obi-Wan was just like, it was the worst of the worst. It really was, because it just really let me such a cringe. I never felt such of a cringe. Ewan McGregor, I never felt such of a cringe in a movie or TV show ever until I saw Obi-Wan, and I was just very, very displeased with it. Whether you enjoyed it, that's awesome. If you did, granted, just like with the Darth Vader scene, we know with the lightsaber, that's cool, but like it didn't bring us the satisfaction I thought it was going to bring. Obi-Wan trying to start up the Jedi Temple, maybe, or Qui-Gon. I think they should have brought Qui-Gon in from the beginning, but that's just my take here. I don't think
they should have. I think it breaks canon. The fact that Qui-Gon showed, dude, it breaks canon completely.
I have to disagree with, but we'll do that.
It literally breaks canon. Like, it literally breaks canon that he shows up.
But when you
like, Qui-Gon never discovered how to become a Force ghost. That's why he never showed up in the prequels. He didn't understand how to.
No, but he did.
So he spread that knowledge to Yoda, and Yoda spread that knowledge to... Dude,
you're right. No, okay. Not a Force ghost. Not a Force ghost, but a voice. He was a voice.
He can be a voice. He can be a voice. So
okay.
He learned to communicate to Yoda
I got you.
Their essence.
So he should have been a voice instead of ghost.
Should have been just a voice. Yeah.
True. I totally forgot about that in Clone Wars. I totally forgot about that. You're right, because I keep forgetting, because we do see him, but he's talking with like the feather things or whatever, like the living. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Damn. Okay, Andrew schooling me all that today. I totally forgot about that. I just assume, right? But
he doesn't go outside, dude.
Yeah, dang. I guess
I don't, dude.
But anyways, that makes I agree with you, but at the same time, though, I was just happy to see Liam Neeson in that character. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but you're right. It's not.
Yeah, I was like,
dude, this is awesome. But at the same time, I was just like, I thought that was the main point in a way, to where like, okay, where you ended with Qui-Gon, I need to teach you some stuff, pretty much. And I'm just like, why did it end like that? If there's no like, I thought it was poorly done. And besides the fact,
that's why it's important for showrunners, dude. So like going back to that as a point, that's why.
And then Book of Mando was just terrible.
Jon Favreau.
But see, Book of Mando was terrible.
I know, but like the fact that Jon Favreau is again trying to build this world, You know what I mean? I personally was not looking forward to Book of Boba Fett at all. When it was announced, I just thought,
Oh
okay,
no,
I don't care for that. But again, when it comes to Mando, or at least the respect for Star Wars that Jon Favreau is putting in, you can tell there's respect. I think in the context that maybe Book of Boba Fett was kind of a slip, but I don't necessarily think. Again, I really trust Favreau, and I think I have to see the entire season to make to see if I didn't like the season or not. Does that make sense? Because you know, with season 2, which was again like what 2020 when it came out, it was, or 2021. It was like we waited a long time for the Mandalorian. So, you know, who knows what's up his sleeve? You know, they kept that Luke Skywalker cameo real nice and tight, so you never know what he's planning to. And I don't know. Like I think again, he's building up to the Mandalorians in terms of lore. That's what's really cool about Lord of the Rings as well, is that there's just episodes, not necessarily Lord of the Rings, the movies, but the books. It's just lore. It's just world building. And you get trapped in this world. And I mean, they're doing it. Again, people want, I think the reason why people are very critical is that we had to wait so long for the Mandalorian.
You know, I have to say I'm spoiled with Andor. Andor was just, it was just nail biting of a series. Every episode, I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? Like it just, okay.
Star Wars.
Okay. And let's be honest here. Let's bring out the facts here. Andor was the most highest critic rating, higher than the Mandalorian. But the fact that it was the lowest viewed of the TV shows brings to the matter of fact was with the knowledge. Oh, Dad, is there lightsabers? No. Oh, they're blasters? No. Is there Darth Vader? No. Is there Luke Skywalker? No. Is there Yoda? No. It's a show about a character, Cassian, that was in Rogue One, a spin-off movie, and it didn't really bring that true. I mean, it brought the true lore fans, but it didn't bring on the family aspect because they're just like, they felt very dull with it. It's like, okay, well, there's no Wookiees. There's just no main characters. Main characters. There's just no main characters in this show, and I'm just like, I get it to a certain extent, but you have to like. It just, the first episode just gets you hooked on right away. I just don't understand how you could. Diego Luna just does a fantastic job. It's not like he hasn't run a show before. It's not like he hasn't run a cartel before. I mean, he knows come on. This guy was the leader of Narcos. But anyways, but of course, let's talk about real quick. We're going to mention Catherine Kennedy. This was the very first photo when she got announced, first celebration. And look at, dude, okay. Let's give credit when it's due. As much as I do not like Catherine Kennedy, I don't like the decisions she's been making with Star Wars. I don't like anything. Like, okay, let's put that aside. Rise of Skywalker, which was a crappy, shitty movie, along with Last Jedi, was a shitty movie. Whether you liked it, that's cool. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's a shitty movie. Anyways, going back into Catherine Kennedy here, let's give out the pros here. She got Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau together. She gave us The Mandalorian. Did she not? She gave us another good movie, spin-off movie, which was Rogue One. She gave us Rogue One. You know, they all have to go, whether we like it or not, they all have to go by her. All these ideas and all these
Solo wasn't as bad though. I think going back to Solo, I don't hate it as much as I used to.
Okay, let me tell you something. Let me ask you, what's your last name?
Oh, that was awful.
Dude, I literally said it at the theater and someone got mad at me, but I was just, I don't give a shit. I was just like, really? I was just really?
Dude, no. Dude, in the theater,
oh my God.
I shit you not, verbatim. I said, shut the fuck up. I literally said it in the theater. like Solo. I literally said, shut the fuck up. Like, I did not fucking care for that. I thought that was stupid. But, so
that was just poorly done. I was just like,
when a man is hungry, he eats, and we don't have a lot of Star Wars, okay? And I'm starving, so I watch it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And thanks to that lady, she gave us Han Solo, which I'll be honest here. I did not like that movie. I did not like it. It did not win the box office. It actually lost money. So we know that people did not like it. People did not care for it. And also, we got to remember all the behind the scenes crap that happened. Creative differences. How many people have exited a Star Wars movie? How many?
Oh yeah,
It's double digits now. It's double digits. How many people get involved? Even Kevin Feige. What happened to that Star Wars movie? Canceled. What happened to Patty Jenkins making Rogue Squadron? Canceled. It's just all this crap under this woman's watch right here. Under this woman's watch, she let that happen. And okay, let's get the pros here. Let's do the pros again. George Lucas handpicked her. But again, he did make the prequels, but that's another argument here to be made. It just he handpicked her. I'm just messing with you, but I know. Steven Spielberg said she is the best producer in Hollywood. Steven Spielberg, and the fact of the matter is that the results were not good. The results were poorly. They didn't know, there was no ideas. There was just no plan. All they had to do. They were like DC. They were like the DC, what they were. They were just like, oh, we're just going to see if this works. At the end of the day, anyone that works with Catherine Kennedy right now just gets fired. Let's talk about this real quick. So these guys, the two directors, Stephen Knight to write new Star Wars movie after Damon and Justin exited. They said for creative differences by Variety. I have to say, I think it's a little bit more than that. But I don't know.
And I think the problem is when people like Steven Spielberg mentioned that she's like the best producer in Hollywood, right? There's friendships and relationships you build in the movie business, and she may very well be that person for Steven Spielberg and for other creators from a movie standpoint. But to be honest, Star Wars doesn't operate on just movies or just shows. Star Wars is a self-sustaining business on its own. They're trying to sell toys.
I mean, it's a film studio too.
But what I'm saying is it's an entity that is trying to create content
that supersedes just like film.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. They're not even trying to create the stories that will just tell a good story. They're trying to create a story that sells toys, a story that also has potential for the parks. They're trying to create a story that then has spin-offs and animated series. It's just and Star Wars probably has been that for so long, but once again, it's there's only so much that she can do, and that her expertise as a producer can go to things to get out of your control. And when you're not in control of those things like this happen.
Yeah, I just, and I get it too, because it's just it makes sense to a certain degree that, I have to, I think she was really just coming in and I'm a fan and I want to do this plan. But at the same time, though, we never saw it. We never saw, did she even have a plan? You take this job, but why is she still here? Why is she still the head of the Lucasfilm? That's what I don't understand. I call it right now. She is going to be let go after Indiana Jones comes out. She's going to be let go. I think it's going to be the creative differences. But the thing that sucks is because, let's be honest here. I know I haven't really talked about this openly, but let's talk about it real quick. Who can y'all see take over the head of Lucasfilm? This is the head of Lucasfilm. Indiana Jones, Star Wars. It's just who can take over that head studio, because Bob Iger has to obviously has, the CEO of Disney has to not necessarily has to get approved by him, but in a way it's we have to help find somebody suitable for this job. And who would route the bag? I know Dave Filoni's one of the names along with Jon Favreau, but I kind of feel why the F would you want this job? You're stuck doing that. Jon Favreau has done really good independent movies, and I kind of miss him doing those, because it's his artwork, his films that he does and everything. I kind of feel that. I just don't think anyone wants the job because of the fan.
I want the job.
No, because I think it's because of the fan smoke behind it, because of the smoke of the fans. Because I
think it should be the director of the Paw Patrol movie. I think he can get it done.
Honestly, I feel like he's the only one actually.
He did Ice Age, Minions. He's
did
there.
He actually?
Yeah. But he's done I mean, he's done it all. He's done like animation and stuff. I'm just like
So
kidding, obviously,
to
but
to kind of put on your baseline point, which was the fans. I think to some degree we all kind of know there is like a vocal minority, and then there's the vocal majority, and then there's regular consumers that have no affiliation towards those. So, we are part of the fandom, correct? So we are geeks and we love Star Wars and yada yada yada. But then you have to think of the regular consumer, people that like Star Wars, but they're okay with it. And I think with that, once you understand that, it kind of becomes less intimidating. You kind of focus more on general audiences as opposed to the fandom. Like I
Well,
said,
look at what we're asking for. Like, I mean, we're asking for the not to be over exaggerated. We're asking for a head on a spike. It's just one of those things to where like
Yeah.
this is the reason why Star Wars movies aren't good. I kind of feel like that directors and there's directors that came out that said, "Oh yeah, I'm not making a Star Wars movie because look at the heat that people are in right now because of that."
David S.
Yeah,
Sandberg
the
said the
fandom.
exact same
Yeah,
thing. Mhm.
yeah, and I'm just like, no, I'm not making it. But anyways, moving forward into this, there is rumors that there is 3 Star Wars movies rumored to be set very soon, guys. And yeah, this Star Wars Celebration takes the stage in London in about 2 weeks from now. And do y'all think they're gonna announce one Star Wars movie?
well, the rumor says 3, or do you mean just like, do we think
Just
it's gonna
one.
happen?
Yeah, just any star, like at least just one. Because the rumor says 3, but I don't even think that's true in a way. So like, I kind of feel like maybe one for sure.
I think they'll announce at least one,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be like take it with a grain of salt type of thing, kind of like Rogue Squadron. Like
Boom.
they
Yeah.
announced that, but like look at what happened. So I think they're gonna be very careful. I don't think they have a direct because they canceled everything, including Taika Waititi's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank
But
God, let's be honest.
No. but hey, but Patty Jenkins, they did a whole freaking. They brought an
I know,
X-wing.
but it was
That's
an
also. It
announcement
wasn't.
at the end of the day.
It wasn't like a regular announcement. It was like an actual
I'm not
like
saying a
they spent money.
Yeah.
They spent money on that.
They got the money, dude. I think at the very least they'll do something like that. But what I'm saying is like they're not gonna have a cast. They're not. It honestly, I'm thinking they're gonna announce if they do one, maybe not even a director. Just the project, just like what it's about, and whether it's 1 or 3. I guarantee you, if it is 3. My vote is that it's not going to be a trilogy. It's going to be 3 separate things. Maybe they tie together, but it's not going to be like a subsequent trilogy stuff. I don't think they're going to mess with that right now.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention Jar Jar. Of course, Jar Jar Binks did save Grogu, dude. Oh man, Misa bag, dude. What did y'all think of that whole scene right there?
That was badass, dude.
Really?
I liked it. I thought it was
Yeah,
actually going to be Jar Jar that saves Grogu.
Well,
I would have been better with that.
Well, so here's the thing.
dude.
Here's a
It's a
little
joke.
put
It's
this
a
idea into your head. Andrew, put this idea into your head. Lex, put this idea into your head. All right, here we go. At the end, what kind of ship did they go into? What soldiers are they? Naboo.
Oh,
They're not
Amidala soldiers. Yeah,
they're Naboo. Yeah, they're Naboo soldiers. So
Oh yeah.
Jar Jar Binks could still be the plan. This could have been their plan from the beginning to say. I mean, it could still connect. That's all I'm saying. It still could happen. Jar Jar could have really saved him, but it wasn't really. I mean, it was
Maybe it's just implied because if that. Well, no, I guess because they did leave a Jedi to us.
because a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's Padme." No, that's not Padme's ship. Padme was already.
But it
yeah,
does, no,
Padme
right,
was already
they were
at
wearing-
Mustafar.
Mustafar.
And all that. Yeah, all that's yeah. She was already on. Yeah, there's just no way.
You're right. That
Yeah.
kind of makes sense. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. He was cool. I'm glad that he was involved. I'm glad he's a Jedi. He looked cool doing it. I just don't know. Like, is that like just like a 1 episode thing, or are they following up? Like, I hope they follow up. Like, it'd be cool.
I think it's too
I
soon to say.
okay. Here's a problem that I have with Star Wars and that I have with Marvel is that the thing is with Marvel is that their TV shows have to align with their movies. I don't want that to happen with Star Wars. I don't. but at the same,
the video game.
Yeah, I was like, it's too late.
Well, no, but like, I mean, but okay, not the video games,
I mean,
but like,
there's literally a Yoda-looking baby.
No,
like,
I know,
so-
but it doesn't really match up with the Star Wars movies though, in per se, like the new ones. That's what I mean. Like it has to like, oh, we can only go so far because this movie's coming
funny,
out.
It's funny
and,
that
like,
you say that. It's
yeah.
It's funny that
So
you say
were
that
you not
because,
happy that Luke came out?
Someone said the way you fix Star Wars is with more Star Wars. So there's like people will bitch about Star Wars, and then Star Wars will release things and then patch it up. So like people didn't like the prequels. The Clone Wars came out. People didn't like how Ahsoka was able to escape the clones, and while the Jedis didn't, and then they came out with Tales of the Jedi, and it shows that Ahsoka trained extra hard with the clones so she can get out of that situation.
Dude,
so it's funny. Like so they're saying that the Mandalorian is the cure for quote unquote the sequel trilogy. So they're gonna fix the sequel trilogy with the Mandalorian and the new shows coming up.
That's why I disagree with the like that you don't want the emphasis with the clones, because for me they're not gonna fix what happened in like the bullshit execution of how Palpatine returned. But I remember even from last season when they started talking about cloning, and yes, they obviously want Grogu because why wouldn't you want to clone someone that is that strong with the Force? But when they were mentioning the cloning, I was like, you know what? If they make it into this thing, I will at least see that there's an implied buildup. But it's not gonna fix how the execution felt in that other movie. But it's at least telling me, hey, this world is big. It's bigger than you thought.
Yeah, and when you watch it in sequence, like
it just I hate sense. I as much as they just keep going back to Tatooine every season. They go to Tatooine like the 17th time in Tatooine. Like it's just like, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's more planets. Dude, come on. And then watch. They're gonna be like, all right, we're going to Yavin. I'll be like, it's just like, come on, man, give us something. We're going to Jakku. I was like, oh my god, dude, like just give us something.
Not like Jakku though, dude. Not like Jakku, where it's basically discount Tatooine. Give me something different.
I never heard that before. Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like instead of Hoth, it's fucking salt. It's like
dude, I know exactly. That's why I hated Last Jedi. Oh, and then the same AT-ATs. They just have more.
It's Hoth,
they just
and you don't want to say it's Hoth.
Yeah, they just have more armor. I mean, it's the same little sequence. Exactly. They're hiding in the little trench. It's the same sequence. Like, oh,
salt.
No, that was Ryan Johnson. Remember, he was like salt. Remember, he was holding the gun when he was doing the trenches. He makes a cameo in there.
Is that him?
Yes, that was Ryan Johnson.
Fucking died, dude. He
must have died. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, but it's just one of those things too where like I get it, but at the same time, though, it's kind of just, you're right. I guess it is fixing all the stuff that they made, the mistakes they made in the past. Where like left a lot of loose ends in the movies. But I just don't want, like, I don't want to see the Mandalorian and Ahsoka show. Like, if that makes like, but I kind of feel like it's intuitive. It's gonna happen,
dude.
Yeah, like it's gonna happen. Like I just feel like, I think Lex is Lex, you're muted.
Oh, I'm glad I'm muted, dog. Because I'm tearing you a new one. What? Like Ahsoka was in Mandalorian.
No, I understand.
Why are you okay with that?
No, I'm not. Okay. Here's the thing. I wasn't. I was content because it's like, oh, it's a new character. Okay, that's fine. Then now she's gonna do her own show. We don't have to see her. Like same thing with like the book of the book of Mando.
No, dog, the book cast Rosario Dawson.
Okay. No, but let me finish. But like the Book of Mando is like, okay, we didn't need to see Ahsoka, Luke all over again. It was kind of like what 3 episodes, 2 episodes. I was just like,
the best part of the book of the reason you call it Book of Mando is because Mando took over and delivered a mini story that actually was exciting to watch.
I don't understand the logic and the lore because Boba Fett has been in worse situations, and he was such a complete idiot. But anyways,
I mean, yeah, I
dude,
totally agree.
he's
that
a
I
I
agree
freaking
with
clone
that,
trooper.
but I don't agree
the
with
characterization was bad. But
and
again,
bringing in Grogu so early though, I would just save the day in a
I
way.
agree
In a
with
way,
that
yeah,
too. I
that
agree
was
with
just
that too.
poor. That was poorly done.
Uh,
I was like, what?
I agree with
I
that.
think
I
we should have
disagree
felt
with
that.
the
I think we should have
notion of
Yeah.
that it shouldn't be connected. At this point, we talked about it on the DC. I just want something to be connected. You know, like
But I mean,
I just want to feel something.
I get that, but it's like, okay, Ahsoka has enough depth to carry on with her own characters. Ezra, we got Kanan,
Just
we
watch-
like
can
Sabine.
Can I just say, I'm so fucking tired of Ahsoka content. I think we have enough Ahsoka content. Let's focus on
Whoa,
something
what?
else.
What? What? Hey,
Yes,
screw
dude.
you. Screw you.
Yes.
Screw you. Ahsoka's my favorite character.
I don't
What?
give a fuck. Congratulations, you have so much content to consume.
Oh,
dude.
thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
I hope you're full because I'm fucking starving, Ryan. All right?
Oh yeah. Keep it coming. Yeah, I am full. I'm very full, sir.
Not
Yeah.
to say that I don't like Ahsoka, dude, but it's just like, Jesus Christ.
No, you just don't like Ahsoka. You just don't like Ahsoka.
I don't know. I like Ahsoka. Ahsoka's cool, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but she only has one episode.
So who do
She
you
only had one episode.
Clone Wars.
Who do you want them to focus on?
Dude, the Count Dooku shit was amazing in Tales
Yes,
of the
that
Jedi.
was great.
Imagine
great.
if we had a little bit more of that stuff.
Yeah,
like
but do
characters.
Star Wars fans really want, like, I get it. We do. No, but we do. But do like where can that story really
Tales of the Jedi.
happen? No, I know. But where I know exactly, like that's what it's coming down to.
Get rid of them all. Let's get dudes, dude.
You're canceled, bro.
Anyways, in the ass, dude. Like years from now,
people are gonna clip that just that one.
Who are you, James Cameron? You're James Cameron or what? What the hell? You don't like women directors now or what?
I literally have a Star Wars shirt that has Padme, Rey, and Leia all in one thing. So I'm feminist.
All I'm saying is that it's kind of biased because you got to remember though, Dave Filoni created her. So it's like, I understand. It's already,
you have to cast Rosario Dawson and then not have her, dude. Come on, like,
dude. Okay, I like Ahsoka. I'm just saying, relax with this Ahsoka content. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna have her own show. She's gonna have multiple seasons of that show. When we go to other Star Wars stuff, let's try to focus on other Star Wars stuff. That's why I'm excited for Skeleton Crew. I don't know what the fuck that's going to be about, but I'm super excited about it.
What about the Old Republic? What happened with that? Was it going to be like a TV show or a movie?
Waititi. No, that was going to be Taika Waititi.
It was old. No, are you sure it was Old Republic?
Or they never confirmed Old Republic stuff, but Taika Waititi did say his was going to take like multiple years, hundreds of years before the Star Wars that we know.
I could have sworn they confirmed an Old Republic movie, but no, it's a series. It's a series.
I will say that I do agree with the current strategy Star Wars is doing. I definitely think what they're doing is they're focusing on smaller end projects to build the brand again, because they can't just release a Star Wars movie, and if it flops, that's really detrimental to Star Wars. So they're building it back up.
Even so though, the Disney CEO Bob Iger even said like, oh yeah, we're not releasing a Star Wars movie until we're very carefully look into it. Like he literally said that. Like we're going to be very cautious because we know how the community is,
as they should.
And it's just like you just don't. It sucks because how long has it been since the Star Wars? This sucks, man. It sucks because
that's
was
good.
It 4 years? It's been 4 years since the movie.
I think that's really good because it creates this prestige with Star Wars.
Yeah,
Star
but
Wars
I kind of feel like though it's been 4 years and they don't have no idea what to do with it still. So I kind of if they took 4 years to like develop a movie, I'm on board. I am 100% on board.
I would rather prefer this process to what DC is doing, just throwing shit on the wall and then seeing it like
see if it hits.
Oh fuck!
It works. Oh no, it's a cupcake. Oh yeah, it's good. I'm hungry.
They're like, what is this? Okay.
Let's get out of here, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, like I would prefer the strategy of like, let's take our time. Let's focus on these smaller shows that are very still high quality, except for Obi-Wan. Because Andor was
dude. Okay, yeah.
The production
Dude,
is value
Kenobi was just okay, and it's funny too
trash.
because this lady Catherine
embarrassing.
Kennedy, this lady Catherine Kennedy was such a huge hype. She even took a photo? She's like, "Look at it, guys! This is Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. You know, I can't ruin this because this is nostalgia." Nope, you freaking ruined it. Thank you so much, Catherine Kennedy. Thank you for effing up Obi-Wan. Thank you so much.
I mean, other people wrote it too.
I know, but it's like the whole.
It's like whoa.
Yeah, but you gotta remember though. Hey, you gotta remember though. She
goes through her. Everyone's at everything. Fault. Like well, maybe not the actors. No, I'd get that paycheck.
I blame the showrunner.
Yeah,
the showrunner should have been on top of it. It's all about the director. Unfortunately, I don't think she was right for the job. I think it.
Andrew once again versus
consistency.
God damn it, female authority. No, I get you. I was really disappointed too because she made some solid ass episodes on Mandalorian.
Yeah, but under the guise of Favreau. You know what I mean? So like
storytelling.
Or even people want to give her credit for Jurassic Park, but I'm like, dude, she had Steven Spielberg. Well, of course she's going to do great. You had Steven Spielberg. Like she gets credit. She gets credit.
We were talking about.
He just shifted gears immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But who was it? Joby Harold, the showrunner for Obi-Wan?
I was talking about the director.
Yeah.
Oh well, how many directors do we have?
No, Deborah Chow directed all of them.
No, she directed all of them. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was. Yeah. Oh, okay, I thought it was like the last one.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
Because like if you had different directors on Kenobi, if Deborah Chow's episode wasn't that good, you could have still had other creators come in. Yeah. But it has to be consistent. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you put more thought towards a story than a director?
Without a doubt, but the director confirms the story. Like I think they had a golden ticket to be the most profitable show ever, period. Mm-hmm. But they ruined it. They fumbled it because for whatever reason they weren't focused on why people were going into the thing, which was Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. I think they should have hyper focused on them as opposed to the other stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely it sucks because as much as we really do love Obi-Wan a lot, and it sucks that how the outcome of that really did. And what do you call it? Joby Harold was actually high. I didn't know this because I didn't know if y'all knew this. I didn't know this, but I looked it up real quick. So they actually had to rewrite Obi-Wan all over again. I didn't know that. And Joby Harold rewrote it, and I was just like, oh man, I didn't know they had to rewrite. So it's like almost like oh man, we messed up, and then we try to fix it. Yeah. But all right, but yeah. So, anyways, does everyone think that it was one movie, right? Does everyone think we're gonna at least get one movie in Star Wars Celebration?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't care.
Okay. Okay. What if they're gonna try to do like an Elseworld, like in a
and Star Wars doesn't do that. Or what do you mean?
It's hard. Yeah, like
well, they already said they're ending Skywalker, so like it's like what where do you
like Legend?
But what do you mean by Elseworld? Like
so like its own standalone Star Wars movie. Yeah, or something like
or just like its own thing, like
its own thing. Like we're
disconnected from the.
Yes, we're gonna create a new story, a new characters.
That's the direction I think they need to go.
Oh yeah, but like get just have a new story, new Jedi, new Sith, whatever. Just create it new. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like that they're gonna do that route. But again, it just comes down to the fact that can they really can they work together? Can Lucasfilm, can Kathleen Kennedy really get someone to come in? I mean, it's tough. I don't see Lucasfilm or Star Wars movies. We're probably not gonna see one to another 2-3 more years, I would say. Just to pre-production, all that post-production, just until we officially get it. And it sucks. It really does. It sucks. But it's definitely one of those situations to where like it's double digits. I think it's about 13 people have come in and out, from executive producers to directors and writers. Isn't that insane? Within a span of a year or two.
Wednesday at DC, dude.
No, but no, they got rid of everyone like the first day. Boom, everybody. They didn't have to like.
No,
oh,
I
okay.
mean, I'll get
then this
excited.
project.
I'll get excited as soon as there's like a trailer. That's when I'll get excited.
Okay.
For
sure.
now, I'm
okay.
just kind of taking everything with a grain of salt.
Are y'all gonna be watching Star Wars Celebration, guys? Y'all gonna be watching it? Looking at
I
some
didn't
stuff.
even know that was happening. When is Star Wars Celebration?
It's in early. It's about 2 weeks. It's early April. All I know is that rumor has it in about 2 years. It's gonna be in Orlando, Florida. So, all I'm saying, because usually it's in Anaheim, California. So, but I think the next one's gonna be because right now this year's gonna be in London. Next year or 2 years from now,
Disneyland, right?
Yeah, well, it's like connect. Yeah. Yeah, so like that night in Star Wars Celebration, they actually had an all night of Star Wars, and they had all the characters, Rex, Bo-Katan, they had all of them out for one night. And if you bought Star Wars Celebration, then
Bo-Katan comes out of Mandalorian,
yeah. Why'd you say it like that? Yeah, I just think she's gonna betray him at any point. But I mean, it's But anyways,
I think they're building up to that.
Yeah, I just don't want to be right. I want to be like Andor, where it's like you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know if anyone's gonna make it. You don't know if anyone's gonna make it out alive. But
Andor's peak, dude. Andor is peak Star Wars.
It's peak Star Wars. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. But anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching our show. Thank you so much for being on the show, Andrew, Lex. Once again, thank you guys for being on the live show with me. Always good talking Star Wars stuff with you guys. I know we have a huge passion for it. Even Andrew schooled me on some stuff, man. Something I didn't even know, or I totally forgot.
Dumb bitch.
Oh, damn. Dude, you're gotcha. You're gotcha. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we do apologize for the language. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Please, parental consent is advised. That's all I'm saying. But all right, thank you guys. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
Bye, everyone.
Lex, Andrew, thank you once again, man.
Bye, guys. Oh, do I say bye?
Yes. Now? Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, and if you have not already,
Mandalore.
If you haven't already, actually, official, director Andrews in Board Film Studios, guys. Please check that out as well. Board Film Studios. They're coming out with a lot of content and a Star Wars movie, to be exact, which looks really good, man.
I'm in, dude. I'm actually in it.
Yeah, dang, acted in it. Yeah. Nice.
I'm not.
No, I thought, dude.
I think I might have missed the email.
Wait, Lex, you missed it? You're not in it?
No, I have a really big email.
In it.
Dude, for real?
That's cool,
pretty
man.
big role in
I mean,
that's why he came to San Antonio. What?
My email was very busy with a lot of stuff.
That was it.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Our schedules they conflicted. Yeah, you were. Yeah, aware. Yeah. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
But
creative differences.
I'll let Kathleen know, dude, next time.
Yeah. It's a movie called Omni, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oni.
Oh, Oni. I'm sorry. Oni. It did. The artwork and everything looks really good. I'm excited for that. That's something to look forward to, man. Without this Star Wars movie, we got another
the realest Star Wars project.
May 4th, dude.
May 4th, dude. Excited. Hell yeah. Sounds good. Well, let me know. Send me some stuff. And I'll be sure to post it on the Animal City Movie Talk page. Thank you guys once again. And have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out, San Antonio. Check you later, guys.